What did you say when he said that?
No, I just said,
Did you ask him?
No.
Cower. I would have cowered.
I was a good little boy.
My last one is both an underrated and overrated
Here
at the
we
same
go.
time. NBN. Firstly, overrated. So
Welcome back to Critical Banter, the podcast that brings a Friday drinks chat to you. This week, we are bringing back overrated versus underrated. But before that, throughout the week, we have me, Miguel, we have Sen, and Rowie.
G'day. Boys, I got two things to discuss. The first one is Miguel actually suggested that I get myself some contacts for football. So I went to my local OPSM dealership. And I asked for an eye test. I was like, hey, can I get some contacts? And they're like, oh, okay, cool, no dramas. Have you had contacts before? I was like, no, never done contacts before. She's like, no worries. Let's go to get your eyes checked to see what we can offer you.
Yep.
And then I go to before she takes me to the room and then she's like, all right, so you can get the free eye test or you can get the one that's free. And then if you want to get like an eye pressure test, that'll be an extra $60. And I said, no, I'll just take the free one. Thanks very much.
you could have just stopped there.
And so we did the eye test or whatever. And then she takes me to the other room and then she's taking more pictures of my eyes, like MRIs of my eyes.
Yeah, okay.
Then I get to the counter and then she says, that's $60. Thanks very much. And so the question is, well, I paid it like the good little boy I was.
Good boy.
But internally, I was
Did you at least find out what your
furious.
pressure was? The eye pressure was?
No, I think she did another thing that she did like a non-consensual $60 thing. So
I would have been questioning that.
I was so rattled that I was getting charged $60. I didn't know what to do. Anyways, then I was promised like free contacts, like a free trial.
Yeah.
Right?
Normal.
Yeah.
Is it?
You get a small sleeve. You get probably like 5 contacts.
Okay. Fair enough.
So that's what I was promised. And then I come in, I go to receive my free contacts and she says, that'll be $40. Thanks very much.
Yeah, but how many were there?
There was not that many, right?
Was it more than the 5 that Marnie said?
It was, well, I've never had contacts before, but it was more than 5.
In the box you have, how many do you reckon you have?
Like more than 5.
Like, as in,
20, 30, 40, you reckon around
No,
that?
like 15 maybe.
wait, they give you 5, like a odd amount.
No, you meant to have a trial. No, I think it's 5 per eye, I think.
My third eye.
No, it's 5 per eye.
Oh, right.
I think is the trial.
So they give you 10.
Like it's a thin, a thin box. Or did you get a thick box?
No, I got a thinnish box.
No, it should have been free. They gave you 5
What's happening,
pairs.
bro?
Yeah.
So now I'm down.
Or maybe you've paid for that. Did you get 2 boxes per eye?
Did
Or
you
one
question
box?
it?
I got 1 box per eye. I got 1 box for the lot.
Because I was going to say, wait, is your eyes the same?
No. My eyes
What's happening?
So my power is minus 4.5. Dude, I don't know what kind of shop these guys run, right? But I don't know what's happening. Apparently they just keep charging me stuff that I have no
Because they
intention
saw
to
you
pay.
paid the 60 schmuck and they decided I'll charge you anything.
So here's what happened. My power is minus 4.5 on both eyes. There or thereabouts.
So the same.
So it's the same.
It's like one's like minus 4.25.
For the sake of contact lenses, it's the same.
But the thing is, they told me that the shape of my eye is so like disfigured that the contacts that they make for my astigmatism is like minus 2. So
Okay.
that is the highest level they make, right? So
Shape or whatever, yeah, play on.
for my eyes, yes, they're effectively the same.
So you can use that box for both eyes. isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's starting to make a bit more sense.
Right.
Normally what happens, I think, is they're meant to give you a trial to make sure this is okay before you order the big boy.
Yeah, that's what they told me as well verbally.
So why are you getting charged 40? Did you ask at any point what the 60 and the 40 is for?
No, the 60 I didn't ask.
That's on you, first of all.
Right. I understand that, but I was so shaken up by the experience. Like, okay, there's businesses that you expect to be shaken up in, right? Mechanics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Of course. The number one place you get shaken up.
Accountants, sometimes you get shaken up by.
Not really.
My
Getting
local-
shaken up by an accountant.
It's like, when I say shaken up, I mean it's just like random fees that get added onto your thing and you don't really know what you're paying for. You just start tapping, right? The local optometrist is, I thought, a safe space. In reality, they are rinsing me for all I'm worth.
So you're $100 down.
So
When
I'm
you really should have been
zero.
So do you have the contact lenses with you, at least?
I left them at home, but I have them in my possession. And then here's the other
Disguise.
thing.
Why did you buy them again?
because Mig said if I see better in soccer, I'll play better, which, valid hypothesis.
And what do we have in about 1 or 2 hours?
No, so I tried putting on contacts, and I don't know how you guys do it. This is like
I don't wear contacts. I hate it.
It's barbaric.
Yeah.
Is what it
It
is.
hurts.
You just get used to it, bro.
Nah.
like-
How else are you going to know it if you're not going to try?
So I was trying to put it in. Like she does this, like teaching you how to put it in or whatever, right?
Separate your eyelids. Man.
Nah, man.
And then like you touch your eye, but then like I'm just crying like
It's okay,
the
man.
whole time.
It's okay.
And then I'm like, it feels like I'm stabbing my eye. So,
First of all, you shouldn't be using a pinky. I don't know what your little...
what? You're not supposed to be using your pinky?
Did she say pinky?
Yeah.
I'll sort a different way, mate.
Well, maybe there's different techniques. What, index finger?
As in you put, one hand lifts maybe the upper eyelid, the other hand lowers the bottom eyelid, and then you maybe use your pointer finger to just put it in.
All right. So yeah.
That's the method I have been taught by, I think OPSM. I think the same OPSM.
No, it's different OPSM.
Okay.
This OPSM, mate, do not visit this OPSM.
Which one is it?
It's the one in North Sydney.
Okay.
Absolute.
Well, that's why.
Bro, these guys are the biggest con artists of all time. Anyways, moving on from that. I heard a story from my sister-in-law that I want to run you through. They bought an apartment a while ago, right? So they're paying their fees for strata, this and that. Then they go to like the AGM. Is there an AGM?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So they go to
Annual general meeting.
Crazy. They go to the AGM, and then what's happened is like the previous head of the strata committee has basically there was like some building repairs that needs to be done. The builders did it, but they did a really bad job. And the head of the committee at the time said, instead of saying, hey, builders, you guys are liable, can you please redo it for free? The head of the committee basically said, builder boys, no dramas, you give me some money and then we'll say, all is well, move along.
Really?
Yeah. So now...
How did that get found out?
It got found out because in this meeting, like they did some analysis of everyone's apartments, right? And then what happened was...
His one looks immaculate.
No, so they kicked him out. They kicked him out because they found this out, right?
Right.
But because the building repairs were not done correctly the first place, they're now up for repair now.
Yeah.
And so they had to vote on whether they wanted to do the repairs now or like wait till there was something actually wrong.
Yeah.
The problem is that the repairs would cost each of the people living there $80,000 each.
Huh?
Did you know this was possible?
Yeah. But that's pretty fucked.
Yeah.
Like
So
80 grand.
How much was it the first time?
Yeah.
I don't
What kind of works are they doing?
No, it's like some waterproofing thing. So if it doesn't, if it's
dude, yeah, that costs an arm and a leg.
right, so it's the waterproofing thing.
How new is this building?
I think it's maybe like a 10, 15-year-old, maybe 15-year-old build.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not new.
Yeah.
But there was like some corruption from this guy before who basically said these builders hadn't done right the first time, but instead of making them redo it, the builders paid him off, and then he went, "Thank you very much, all good."
How much do you reckon he got?
I don't know, probably billions, honestly. Like
Really?
probably because this is a very
This is a huge
big
contract.
repair,
Yeah.
right?
Wow.
There's heaps of apartments. Now it's like my sister-in-law has to scrounge up 80
Wait, did
grand.
they vote for it or against it?
Everyone voted there was
For it.
obviously they voted for it, so they have to do it.
Oh.
So what I didn't realize
Imagine
about
being
this,
the one person who voted against it and now you're up 80 grand.
well, I didn't.
Sorry, down 80 grand.
Did you know? I didn't even know how Strata worked. I didn't apparently if you don't want to pay. I asked these questions like, what happens if you don't want to pay it? Apparently that's not an option.
Yeah.
Majority rules, surely. Democracy.
I know, but like $80,000 for the repairs. So it's either you pay the money or you sell your house. That's like the two options that you have.
Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah.
Are they okay?
Well, the reason why I knew it was a red flag is because my sister-in-law, who's a lawyer, right? She asked me like, in uni when you used to do those interviews and you got $100 to give your opinion on like, app design or like flavors of pizza or
Should
whatever.
do like 800 of those.
She's like, oh, can you send me the number of Farron Research, the ones that you guys did it on? And I'm like, oh, mate,
dear.
we're in some trouble.
Oh, dear.
But, anyways, I just didn't know this was a thing. I was shocked by this story, truly.
Yeah, but wouldn't they have what's it called? Like a sinking fund or whatever? Like there should already be a pool of money there that can be used.
Yeah, I'm sure
pay for these
I'm
sort of
sure that's
repairs.
already been used.
It's been
Pocketed, bro.
It's in
That's
that
the
guy's
problem.
pocket.
Apparently, this strata head was like the head of a bunch of different buildings, and so he's apparently the first person in Australia that's been banned from being like a strata head because of this corruption. But there's no jail time. This guy's like,
Yeah, I
okay,
was gonna say,
whatever.
isn't this illegal? Isn't this technically a criminal activity?
No, apparently all good, brother.
So this is all fair game.
He's just been banned, right? No more strata head, but
So that money, he gets to keep it.
he gets to keep the money.
Is this not a genius idea then? If this is not illegal, then why wouldn't we all do this?
Well, I think it's quite hard to become a strata head committee member.
Is it?
You reckon?
You're
Didn't you
Work
just
your way
voted in
up.
or something?
Yeah, but people are like nerds. Like people in buildings are absolute nerds about this sort of stuff.
You'll learn the bylaws and
Yeah, they have to. You have to be. It's like a popularity contest. Like you want to go out for prefect
It's like
again?
school captain.
Yeah, exactly.
but why wouldn't you? Dude, you reckon he got a milli for this?
I reckon you got a milli for that. Because if you're a builder and you have to redo the repairs, that's going to cost you heaps of
Heaps,
money,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Heaps of money. Yeah, pay this guy. Maybe not a mil. Maybe that's stretching it.
Maybe a
But
couple
hundreds of
hundred grand,
thousands of
yeah.
dollars for sure.
Just to keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, just to keep your mouth shut.
I'll happily do that.
All right, third thing. Well, I said I only had two things. Third thing I want to discuss is like a bit of mind your manners, maybe a bit of etiquette. So I was at my local Watso in my co-working space this week, and I was I think I just jumped off a meeting, and like as a Watso is, there's just a bunch of different companies working in the same space. I'm taking my meeting, hang up, no dramas, and everyone's like quite friendly, quite communal. So this guy comes up to me, he's like, "Hey, what do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, whatever. I do products." Like, "What do you do?" He's like, "Oh, I'm a founder." And we had like a beautiful conversation for like 15 minutes, right? At the end of it, he ends with like, "Can I ask you for a favor?" I was like,
Here
yeah,
we
sure.
go.
What's up? He's like, "Can you never take meetings out loud again?" I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. This guy butted me up for 15 minutes before giving me the business.
That's pretty funny.
Now my question is like, he went from so friendly to like aggressive and hostile quite quickly, I must admit.
Was it delivered aggressively?
It was-
Hostile?
It was delivered how I like. It was really just like out of nowhere. Like, can I? He's like, "Oh, can I? Can I ask you a favor?" Like, all happy. And I was like, "Yeah, no dramas. Like, don't ever take meetings out loud again." I was like, "Okay, all right."
That's pretty funny. That's a good way of doing it, I reckon.
No way.
What, you reckon if he just went straight out aggressive from the get-go?
Well, I wish he wouldn't have been aggressive. Full stop. I would have wished he told me like, "Can you just not do that?"
So you took a meeting out loud, no headphones?
No, sorry. That's the thing. I had headphones in,
But you allowed.
but I was talking obviously.
Oh, he's being soft then. I thought you had the speaker on and everything.
No,
You could
that's no.
hear- Oh, no, then the problem was with him then.
Nah, that's still annoying, but you're in the office and
No,
someone.
it's a co-working space. You got to.
But are there places for meetings in a co-work? I've never worked in a co-working space.
Yeah, neither.
Like
There are dedicated areas for meetings.
not. I mean, there are like booths. There are some booths.
boobs.
No wonder why you're there a lot, Ro.
Booths. There
Yeah,
are
so
some.
why didn't you go there, Ro?
Because that's on level 2, and I'm on the ground floor.
You're a little
No,
rat bastard.
if you're in a co-working space, you have to expect that there's going to be.
Is
a
this
bit
the
of
done
noise.
thing? I need to suss the land. Sam and I don't know. Is this a done thing where everyone's taking meetings
Yeah, is everyone else doing
on
it as well?
headphones?
I would say that everyone, no one's
Actually, you're going to
moving.
say yes, probably.
I would say that most people, if they were taking a meeting, no one's going to a booth. They're just sitting on their desk and taking the meeting. And that's the lay of the
Are
land.
they as loud as you?
I don't even
I
think
feel
I
like
was
you're
that.
loud.
Were
I
you
wasn't
being
even, as in like, I
I got
can't.
excited about this Fortnite sprint or something. You got excited.
No, I don't think I was that loud, but even if
Were you
I
sitting
could have
next to
been,
this guy?
I was
Was he near
sitting,
you?
he was sitting like maybe directly opposite me. Like, so
So
he
it
would
would feel
have,
loud. It
So
would
he
feel
would
loud.
have, yeah.
correct. He would
And
have
how
felt
long was
that.
this meeting?
Our meetings, to be honest, like 2 hours.
Yeah, there you go, bro. Look, if it's a quick, huddle, 5 minutes, 10
Yeah,
minutes,
yeah.
fine.
yeah.
Go to the booth,
2
you
hours,
idiot.
you got to find a booth. That's all. Yeah, okay, that's
Is that
back
on
you
me?
now, yeah, it's back on
You're hiding this information. We had to dig for it.
2 hours. Crazy. What are you talking about for 2 hours, man?
If you,
Anything over 45 minutes is just, what are you doing?
Is this because there's a lot of people in the meeting? And everyone
Yeah, but
has
is
to get their
everyone
opinion out?
contributing, though?
nah, it's
Or
usually
you just yapping for 2 hours?
no, not just me. It's me and like, because I'm presenting, like basically I'm like, hey, here's my idea. So I'll walk through what I'm doing,
Okay.
and then I'll just get roasted by the exec team. That's just the meetings.
And how often do you have those meetings? Weekly, fortnightly, monthly?
Nah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Semi-annual.
Friday.
Did
What
you say
the-
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
So
Friday?
every other day.
You could have said every day to Monday, bro.
But it's not. I'm not leading all of. I just lead the meeting
Well,
once a
that's
week.
2 hours for 4 days of the week.
Yeah, is this not normal?
And this guy is probably sitting there listening.
Yeah,
to you.
so if you presented in that 2 hour, probably
So you were talking
40
a lot.
minute, an hour, you probably presented.
I was talking for a lot.
Shush, mate. Go get a booth.
I'm 100% with this guy now.
But the boots are kind of dark. Bit dingy.
What did you say when he said that?
No, I just said,
Did you ask him?
No.
Cower. I would have cowered.
I was a good little boy.
You did a lot of cowering this week.
Dude, so much carry. I was such a beater this week. I did not stand up for myself once.
Mate, you're a jellyfish, mate. No backbone.
No backbone.
All right, I've got one thing this week. Senny, do you remember Andros Townsend,
Yeah.
the former footballer? Now,
Streets won't forget.
streets won't forget. I'm pretty sure you might have seen a goal from. Anyways, when footballers end their careers, you know, some of them go into management, some go into punditry, and some just go fucking crazy. Andros Townsend is in that third category. So he uploads on TikTok. I'm going to play you a video I saw, and I need your opinion, boys.
Sorry, just for context, is this Townsend guy, is he a gun?
He was a Premier League footballer.
Was he a good
He
Premier
played
League?
at Tottenham.
He was decent.
He was probably a star player at the Crystal Palaces of the world.
Okay. All
He was
right.
good, but he's not like, you know, just top
That, yeah.
player. But people would know him if you know football.
He was like 78 rated, let's say, on FIFA.
There you go.
Max 80 rated.
Okay.
A couple of informs along the way.
Yeah.
And I'll play a video and you tell me your opinions.
Protect our eyes. Why on earth do we wear sunglasses to protect our eyes from light that came from God? But then don't wear glasses under artificial light created by man. And if you do, you're labelled as weird. Why on earth?
It's kind of bars, eh?
All right. So his TikTok account is full of these little tidbits.
That's
Where-
wisdom, bro.
So you agree. Why do we wear sunglasses outside with God's light? But, you know, indoors now we got all these artificial studio lights. If we wore those, what is it, blue or red light glasses, we're weirdos.
My question is, okay, obviously, let's understand the purpose of sunglasses, right? Protect your eyes from the sun and the UV. No UV in artificial light.
Allegedly.
However, it's pretty bright in here. Like sunglasses wouldn't go astray. And you do have like those people with, you know, what's the glasses where they change shade?
Oh my God, transition
The
transitional
lenses.
transition
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
And when you're indoors and it's
I
like
hate
bright light, yeah, they look like, you know, blind Freddy over there too.
Ray Charles.
But there's I've seen a lot of people actually, okay, no, not a lot. I've seen some people online like who don't believe that skin cancer is real. Like they don't believe that the sun causes skin cancer.
Bro, there's another football actually. You know, Marcos Llorente, current footballer, plays for Atletico Madrid. He's went on this big anti-sun cream proper thing.
Yeah. So these go hand in hand, these rants.
Like, oh man, these footballers should
Spanish,
stop.
I
They should
imagine.
stop heading the ball or something, bro. It's not. It's not going well. But yeah, he's gone on a public thing petition where he's like, yeah, dude, sun cream's a scam. We need the natural light from the sun. He's so tanned as well. He's a white guy, but he's so tanned.
Yeah, I'm not sure where I sit on this Townsend character. I mean, I
What
feel
other
like
videos has he got?
people shouldn't listen to celebrities unless they're talking about football.
I
You know,
agree.
in this case.
Shut up and dribble is what you're saying.
Well, I'm just saying that.
Yes.
But is he retired though?
Is he what?
Is he
man.
retired?
it's-
Oh, retired. Yeah, he's recently retired. But a lot of his other videos about how you know, natural diet, all this and that, which is towing the line. It's all right.
What do you mean by natural diet?
He's went on a 7-day water fast because the body, and he gives some science about how the body cleanses all this and that. It's not.
Tell you what, is there any other like industry where people love to give their opinion when they don't have a degree in that industry? Like science is number one, where you don't hear a lot of people without accounting degrees talking about accounting. You know what I mean? But suddenly, a lot of people without science degrees have a lot of opinions on science.
So this is a photo I'll show you of Marcos Llorente in public petitioning against sunscreen. So he's wearing an outfit and then he has some fucking graph that allegedly proves that sunscreen is a scam. It looks like a
Big sunscreen.
looks like a Gemini output. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
These footballers, mate, this is crazy.
I feel like most people should just stay in their lane. You know, you can have an opinion, but like,
Quite ironic saying
You
it.
wouldn't have a podcast, mate.
no, we're not giving advice. Like we always
True.
give,
We don't.
we always disclaim no financial advice, no scientific advice. Don't listen to us.
Don't listen to
yeah,
us.
I can't wait for the next talking point of this podcast.
But then this week, budget. We're about to dive right in.
Speaking of not knowing what you're talking about.
No,
Get
Sen, mate.
real political for the next 10 minutes.
Talk to me about the budget, Sen. Am I a winner? Am I a loser?
Well, the number one myth that is out there right now is negative gearing is gone. And Ro, you as a speculative property mogul investor, I'm sure this is keeping you up at night.
Oh, I'm haunted.
Are you pro elbow out? What do you reckon?
Is it easy? And Albanese?
It's not easy on Albanese. Look, I got some thoughts about the budget, but let's hear about the negative gearing first.
Well, lucky for you, Ro, they have not abolished negative gearing. So they've grandfathered it in. So if you already had property as at 7:30 p.m. on the 12th of May 2026, it's play on, Ro. So you can continue claiming those tax deductions.
Oh, fantastic. So we help the boomers and we screw the aspiring property moguls.
It is a bit of, pulling the ladder up from underneath you because, if you already got yours, you're to play on, you're good to go. But if me and Mana, try and get into the property market and want to negatively gear, the only way we can do it is for newly built residential property.
Oh, and of course, nothing wrong with new builds. Quality's great.
Yeah, waterproofing and all.
That's why they're so sought after.
So I think, I think the way the government's looking at it is they're thinking about, property affordability and whatnot, and they're looking at it from a supply issue. So their whole thing is there's not enough houses, therefore the small amount that we have, there's a lot of demand, prices are going up. So now if you incentivize these tax breaks to only new properties, therefore you're going to hope that they're going to start pumping out houses and therefore the prices should come down.
I think that's reasonable. As in, that makes sense. Incentives, what do they say? Show me the incentives, I'll show you the outcome. It is true. But the problem is that you have these shonky construction businesses who are building houses that are just the worst quality ever.
Yeah.
All these new builds, the walls paper thin, they don't, trap heat, they don't trap cold, there's no insulation. And so you also, you also need to fix that problem as well.
Yeah.
But again, separate issue.
My other thought on that is look at where all the new houses are being built. You're a good 3 hours from Sydney. Who's going out there to live? You know what I mean?
You do have this is where I kind of
And this is the thing, the boomers should be going out there to live, and because they're not working anymore, they're all retired. They don't need to live close to the city, whereas us youngins need to live close to the city. But it's not. This is obviously not going to fix that.
Yeah, well, you have the big crowd of people in the northern beaches and eastern suburbs, who oppose any sort of new development. What is it? The NIMBYs. Not in my backyard. Which honestly I kind of get.
Yeah.
I kind of understand it if I'm being completely honest.
Once you're there, mate.
Yeah. Get out of here.
All right, the winners and losers of the negative gearing. Winners, property developers. They're licking their lips at the thought of this. The losers, renters. Surely investors are just going to hike their rents and the renters are going to lose out on this. If you had an investment property that was negatively geared, what incentive do you have now to sell?
I want these benefits. I want to keep the benefits.
Yeah, surely you're just going to, let's say you had 4 or 5. Why would you sell them? You're just going to hoard them because now you have no incentive to sell because you're not going to get these benefits again. So isn't this now counterintuitive?
Yeah, it is a doozy. I'll tell you that much. So I heard in the budget that they said that most of these properties after about 10 years become positively geared. Because you pay off more of the principal.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? So so eventually it kind of evens out.
Okay. So we've got to wait 10, 15
Yeah.
years
you got to
see
wait.
the benefits of this.
But this 10-year period,
In trouble.
Wild, Wild West.
All right. The other myth that's going around is the CGT is gone. So the way the CGT discount works now is, let's say, Ro, you held an asset for a year and you made 100,000. The way you would get taxed is you wouldn't get taxed on the full 100,000. It would only be taxed on half of that. So the other 50%, completely tax-free. Now the way they're changing it is they're going to look at inflation. So let's say you bought an asset for 100,000 and it goes up to 200,000. But let's say inflation was at 10%. So now they actually include that 10% inflation in your cost base. So instead of your asset being originally worth 100,000, they now say it's worth 110,000. So your gain is 90,000 and they tax you 30% on that. And there's no discount.
So the problem I have with the CGT changes is that it doesn't discriminate between productive and unproductive assets.
Exactly.
So I understand it for the house,
Exactly.
because for example, in Australia, houses are unproductive. It was the loophole to building as some people say, generational wealth.
No, it is. It is.
You go, you buy a couple of houses, they increase in price, you hold it for more than 12 months, you sell it, and you make a mozza.
It's dumb luck.
Correct.
You didn't have to be smart to make money. You just had to buy houses.
But where it was good is like for example, I work in tech, right? A lot of the time, if you go and work for a startup, they will pay you less salary, but they will give you equity or more stock options, essentially. With the trade-off being like you earn less now, but if the company does well, you earn a benefit later. You earn like a payout later. But now with these changes, the incentives are again misaligned because instead of getting, because you're obviously staying in the company for more than 12 months, you're getting now 47%, like half of that will just be taxed. Exactly. Right? You're not really incentivizing people to innovate. Yeah. Like if I'm starting a tech startup, what's the incentive of me doing it in Australia where, I will not get any tax benefits based on doing it. Like 47%.
The second you exit, you're getting slapped with basically half it to tax.
Exactly. So it's very misaligned. Like I agree with the changes with the housing stuff.
100%.
But with shares.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's very heavy-handed how they've done this. I think for property, I think it 100% makes sense. But for anything productive, like I said, so startups, businesses, shares, like what you're disincentivizing people to invest essentially.
The common man trying to get, leg up.
Yeah, exactly.
Start investing, put away a bit of their money into shares and stuff. Now they're getting dicked with the changes.
But I'm sure they must change that. They will change that.
They would have to change that.
So actually, how does this work? So, like they have this budget. And is this now like, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, job done? Or does it have to go through some sort of parliament process?
Still has to go through parliament.
The opposition put out their response.
Yeah.
Shock there. Disagree with a lot of the main talking
changes.
points.
But Labor has majority in both houses, so it'll fly through.
Right.
But I think they said they were open for consultation on changes to this, especially the startup laws. The thing I've been seeing on LinkedIn now is all these I don't even follow that many tech startup people on LinkedIn, but my feed is now flooded with people posting themselves with Albanese. And I asked you, Ro, yesterday, what is it? What I don't understand. What's happening?
Well, the Albanese is now the newest shareholder, 47% investor. All of these posts, it's funny, all of these posts are like, oh, I woke up this morning and I have a new co-founder. He hasn't shown up to any meetings. He hasn't done this. He hasn't done that. And now I have to give him 47% of my business when I exit. It's actually quite funny.
It is pretty
But everyone's jumping on that trend.
So I think we agree, good for property, but pretty poor for the rest of all the other asset classes that they've included in
Agreed.
this.
The other thing about the shares, right, is what traditionally happened is you would hold your shares and then maybe when you get close to retirement, when your income is very negligible, you start selling them off. And previously, right, you could sell them off and it would be taxed under your the income tax structure. Yeah. So the first $18,500 is tax free.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's just a flat 30%. So if you're imagine you're about to retire and these laws come into place and you had a little nice little nest egg, sell it off.
Plan for the rest of your life.
Mate, absolutely cooked. Now you're going to be paying heaps of tax on the shares. So it's an interesting one. It is an interesting one. Winner, no one really.
Yeah.
Actually, no one. Who wins there?
The government.
The government. Mate.
Yeah, the government.
Lines their pockets.
Losers, everyone else.
All right, the final myth that's going around is the government is getting rid of family trusts. And this is one I thought this was... I actually liked how the old structure worked. I thought it was a beautiful bit of accounting magic, tax magic.
What was the old structure, Sandy? Give it to me.
So let's say you're a high income earner. You're earning, let's say, $300K. If you had a trust, you could then distribute your income via the trust to other parts of your family, to other members of your family, who then get taxed at a lower rate. So let's do a bit of maths example on it, right? Let's say you got $300K. Let's say you distributed $100K to your wife. Let's say she doesn't work. So she gets taxed at 24%, let's say. Then you distribute on paper to your child in uni who also doesn't work. They get taxed at, let's say, 10%. So they pay $10,000. Then let's say you give your last 100K to your parents who are retired and they get taxed at 15K. 15%, which is 15K. So if you add up all those on 300K, you're paying tax of $49,000, which is an effective tax rate of 16%. So you can structure your, trust in a way that you're minimizing your tax essentially. So the government's come in and said, well, that's not fair, right? You should be paying the appropriate amount of tax on that 300K. So they've now introduced, you can distribute whatever you want in whatever way you want, but the government is going to get their 30%. So now if you did that exact same thing again and you paid 49K, the government then says to you, you as the trustee of the trust, you got to pay the difference between what you actually owe us and what you actually paid. So let's say on 300K, you paid 49, but you owed 90K, which is 30%. You then have to pay the top up difference.
Damn, that is a shame.
Which is a shame because I thought this was genius the way that people did it before. The funniest thing was before you could even, they changed this a couple of years ago, but you could even back in the day distribute to your child. Let's say you had a 10-month-old, you could make them as a beneficiary of the discretionary trust and you could give them, I don't know, 30K. So you could have a 1-year-old child getting 30K or 18K, whatever the minimum tax-free threshold is. So they got rid of that already. And now they've gone one step further and said, actually, we're going to just impose a 30% at the trust level.
So in the old system, if I give it to my wife who doesn't work, can she just give it straight back to me?
Well, why would she do that?
Well, as in like...
Wait, is it off paper?
This is purely on paper. This is how you're distributing the income.
It's still going to your bank account.
It's still going to your bank account. Don't worry. You're still getting the money. It's just when it comes to tax time, according to the ATO, instead of you earning 300K, you've only magically earned 50 or whatever.
Your wife is giving you a gift of 100K.
but doesn't they? Okay, so that's now out the window.
That's out the window.
Again,
this is so annoying because this is tax strategies that all three of us, we could have used and we should have been using up until this point. This is bullshit that, dude, you could have easily set this up.
Oh, man.
And now, again, it's another example of them pulling up the ladder from underneath them. It's just so annoying. Like you would have had boomers for years, just minimizing their tax through these structures. Now we come along, we finally get to the point where we're getting close to earning these kind of amounts and
see you later.
Fair share.
What was the real purpose of these trusts? The above board, not tax minimization.
Yeah,
methods.
not evasion.
Minimization. What was the principles of these trusts?
It's
I'm
like
sure
when you
there
die. The whole point is like you have all of these in a trust so that when you die, you can distribute it to your beneficiaries.
So it's not meant to be annually distributed. It's meant to be...
Technically, if like what my lawyer friend was saying, because he literally advised me before the budget, right? Before he had any idea of these changes, he said, Ro, you need to start setting up a trust. You need to do it. So I was looking into it. Cost a couple of grand to set up. But he says it's worth it in the long run.
It is worth it.
Obviously not anymore. But if you put money into that trust, every year it has to be at zero.
Yeah.
So like all the assets and stuff, like if you have shares, you can put that in the trust. If you have like a car, you can put that in the trust.
But the assets are fine, but
the cash needs to be distributed every year. So it goes to zero. So again, winners, the government. Losers, literally everyone else.
Everyone and the accountants out there. I know that there are accountants right now who are working tirelessly day and night, getting blown up by their clients asking, how can we, come up with another tax structure for us? And whichever accountant out there does come up with a cool structure, let us know. I want to know.
Devil's advocate, is this system fair?
This is a much more fairer system.
As in, the original, trust distribution, was that a fair system for society?
If you didn't have people gaming it, it probably would have been fair.
Obviously, with people gaming it, it's available to game. So it's unfair, really.
It's not unfair.
It's not unfair. Unfair is a strong word to use.
So here's my perspective, right? All this works is, the only reason this works is if you have people in your life that don't earn any money.
That's exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So like if your wife works and she's earning the same amount as you
can't do it.
There's literally no point. If you don't have kids, there's no point. You can't do it.
But you could also say, let's say my wife doesn't earn that much. It makes more sense for me to set up a trust.
Of course.
Tell her to jog on. And then I give her quote unquote income.
But who's it unfair to? Like who are you? Like the only person you're rorting in this situation is the government.
No, but it's unfair to the people that don't have this information.
Well, do you know what's unfair? It's all these gas companies paying zero tax.
Here we go. That's a separate problem. That's a separate problem.
Bro,
we all know that's...
Let's get the punters politics on.
We should.
I like that guy.
But how are you look at like Virgin Australia, zero tax. Optus,
no one
zero
here is
tax.
batting for Optus and Virgin.
Yeah, okay. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's unfair if people don't know this structure. Fine.
Which is honestly probably most Australians.
Most Australians, yeah, but go on TikTok and have a scroll, have a read.
Access to information is available to everyone, is that what you're saying?
Well, like I said, it costs a couple $1,000s to set this up. So obviously that's not accessible for a lot of people. People don't have $2,000 lying around. First of all, you have to earn. Okay, it is unfair. Okay, now
That's what I mean. Like
speaking out loud.
Like
it's
if you're an average Australian, average income,
yeah,
two people have to work to pay off this thing. You can't afford. It doesn't make sense to do.
it doesn't make sense.
You don't have 2K lying around. Plus, you don't have enough income to distribute to get tax benefits.
I think it always makes sense to do.
Yes.
It always, regardless of income level.
Yeah.
It always makes sense to do. Like, obviously, up until a point, you don't need to be earning $300,000 to make use of this.
Yeah.
Obviously, the more you earn, the more you benefit.
Yeah.
But let's say you're on $100,000.
Yeah.
Okay, it still probably makes sense to do.
Isn't this the problem with all of these things that you can take advantage of? It's the people that know about it and have the information and understand, the policy and all this that benefit. Isn't that how the rich stay rich?
Yeah.
Because
access to information.
Because the people that work in finance, work in investment companies, all they inherently, because of their job, they have the information.
They understand the
They
system.
know.
Yeah.
Whereas let's say you're savvy, right? You're on TikTok, maybe you're doing the research, so you also have the same information. But that's because you've put in the effort and you are savvy and all this.
Yeah.
But let's say 80% of Australians don't know this fucking thing. They're worried about going to work at 9 a.m.
Yeah, exactly.
No doubt it's unfair, but it's unfair to me.
No, that's what I'm.
It's not.
So back to my.
It's information asymmetry.
So back to my original point. Just because it was set up this way, just because boomers benefited, doesn't mean we shouldn't quote unquote right the wrong. It's not wrong, but lessen the information asymmetry.
No, it's just.
I'm batting out for you average Australians here.
It's just annoying that
No, Miguel, you're right.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear.
But let me send more
It's
over
because
this.
we've been on the other side of the fence for years, and now we are. Almost,
Now when it's your turn,
almost
nearly your turn.
Now we're on the good side of the fence, and then they've just pulled the rug from underneath us.
All right.
So winner, the government plus
The people that have already taken advantage of it. They've won.
Yeah.
They've done it, and they can walk away from it being, you know what?
correct, and also people who don't know about it. So actually, a lot of
society.
a lot of winners, losers, people in corporate
Rowan
jobs.
said in 5 years, losers.
You know what the biggest reward is though? Is they need to index the tax brackets, like index it to inflation. Because right now the highest tax bracket starts at 190,000. But if you index it to inflation 10 years ago, right now that would be 190,000. 10 years ago or 15 years ago would be 270,000. So that's an absolute G up for everyone who's, only started working the last 5 to 10 years.
Who's put in the hard yards to get the promotions.
Exactly. Where if you actually adjust it for inflation, we should be paying much less.
There's a lot of things not adjusted, Sen.
Bracket creep.
That's life.
What were you going? There was something you wanted to bring up.
Oh, what I want to bring up is so stupid, man.
Bring it up anyway.
Have you seen the One Nation Instagram?
I haven't, but I'm interested.
Dude, they have some heat, man. I've started watching it. So I'll show you.
This is how
They have like little cartoons.
It looks
And they're
like
actually
South
quite
Park.
funny. It's like, South Park style animations. And it's quite funny.
I'm impressed by the production.
It's like they're taking the piss out of like Albo and Labor and Liberal and stuff, but they've put up like animated cartoons on their Instagram. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
followers does One Nation have?
Oh, mate. They've got like
Too scared to know the.
107K.
Okay, that's fine. That's
And then I
nothing.
saw it was followed by someone that we know. And I'm like, do they follow because of these memes?
memes?
Or are they finally able to say they're One Nation?
Question: are you concerned about the rise of One Nation?
Nah.
Is there a rise?
Yeah,
Massive rise. Massive
well,
rise.
according to some polls, I don't know.
In metro
In like Queensland,
metro
It would
areas.
be in
primarily?
regional areas.
It's always bound to happen.
Well, they got their first lower house seat.
I don't know what that means.
The by-election last week, Farrow by-election. You weren't following it, Ro?
No, I don't. I was not.
Wall-to-wall coverage of my house. No, they have a seat now in the House of Reps,
So
which
it
they
is
didn't have before.
legitimate rise.
Actually, no, they have one with Pauline, but she won it when she was an independent, and then she became One Nation. So it's, I don't know. It's they won in a landslide as well, that seat, by the way.
Where was this seat?
It's in Albury, so like regional New South Wales.
Okay, cool.
I don't know, man.
Let me know when it gets closer.
Well,
It'll
if you
get
saw, did you
closer.
see in the UK election? Now, I don't know. I'm even surprised where we've gone today. But UK elections, like the local elections, it was a
Oh,
landslide.
UK is cooked.
Reform.
What does that mean?
It's like they're
very
One
right
Nation
wing.
essentially. It's like the far right wing party won like a lot of seats.
The England flag is now a symbol of reform.
They won, I think,
Really?
100 seats, and Labour lost about 110 seats.
Tell
On
you
the
what.
rise in the UK.
Mate, did you see there's another party coming out? So Reform is like basically One Nation, like far right. It's Nigel Farage's party. Did you see that there's another party coming up because that's even more right wing? And I think John Terry's part of it or something.
Of course he is.
And they consider Reform to be woke. How right wing are these guys?
I think I did see John Terry comment on some anti-immigration thing,
Yeah,
which
it's-
is so ironic.
It's whatever that party is. They consider Reform to be
Reform
too
woke.
woke, so they're like, we need to come out.
Even harder.
Man, the UK is
What is
cooked,
happening
bro.
in the world, mate?
All right. Hope you enjoyed.
Any other political chat we want to get off our chests?
Nah, plenty, but I don't think the listeners want to hear it.
No, I think that's good
We'll
for
leave that
now.
there. Alrighty, we're back with overrated and underrated. I'll kick us off. I've got one underrated. Boys, underrated, paninis.
The sandwich.
I've really gotten around paninis.
The
in the last few
sandwich
weeks.
style panini.
Yeah, mate. And in particular, I want to shout out two places in the city,
we
La
go.
Paniniera and Tommy Panini, both in the city. There's one of them is a franchise. There's a couple of them around the city. Mate, they're electric.
This guy just wants a free lunch, bro. This guy.
Dude, no,
what is
trust
it?
me, they're so popular.
What is a panini? What fundamentally
Yeah,
is a panini?
explain to me.
What's the difference between that and all the other sandwiches?
Honestly, that's a great question. I don't know. But
Let me
all
look
I know is there's lines at the wazoos for these places. They are a bit expensive. You're, setting you back
Give me an example of the paninis you're buying.
15, 16 to 20 bucks for a panini. But wowee. I had one from Tommy Panini earlier this week.
Stop saying panini, bro.
Let me pull up the one I got.
The word panini generally refers to a grilled stuffed Italian sandwich or the popular brand of collectible stickers and trading cards. So I needed to clarify which panini you're
sorry,
talking about.
Not the panini stickers for the World Cup. Shout out. I got the spicy vodka chicken cotoletta. Beautiful. So you get chicken, which is it's like a schnitzel, spicy vodka sauce, basil pesto, torch Swiss cheese, and pickled chilies. Wow. Insane. And
Hero.
it's huge. It's like this big.
Yeah,
I'm talking legitimately, it was, look at me, bro, like that big.
Look
For a
at him.
sandwich.
Fucking look at
I've
him.
never seen so much passion come out of this guy's mouth for a
Unbelievable.
panini.
Panini, so underrated. I highly recommend.
Toasted sandwiches.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Dude, they got so many variations. They got obviously ones with like,
I do like a Italian sandwich.
they got ones with like
lot of-
mortadella, salami.
A lot of meat, a lot of cheese,
Yeah,
pesto, chili.
So is that a panini? Because that's what I'm thinking of. Like the
Yeah, yeah,
Italian style.
It's an Italian
sandwiches.
sandwich.
They're pretty good.
They are
They're
very
pretty
good.
good.
They're very good. Highly underrated.
Specifically grilled, I think.
Yes.
Not like fresh bread.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely
No.
not.
Toasted.
Beautiful. I got one overrated. Have you guys heard of the headphone brand Shocks? No, very popular among runners. It's like it's not in your ears. They're headphones / earphones, but they conduct. It's like bone conduction. So they place it on like your, I don't know, what is this? Your jawbone. And
I think I've seen this before, yeah.
you hear the sound through bone conduction rather
Shut
than
the hell up.
What?
No, I think this is legitimate.
Is it like echolocation or something? Am I a dolphin? Let me
No.
look this up. How do I spell it?
Shocks.
Yeah.
SHOCKZ, I think.
CKZ. Okay. Let's have a look.
Shocks.
Shocks.
So you're saying this is underrated?
I just
No, I'm
need
saying
to,
this is heavily overrated.
Oh, do you know anyone that has it?
I just
Yeah.
want to see what it looks
Oh,
like.
No, I was using it. So it's very popular amongst the running community. Like no one's really wearing AirPods anymore. Every man and the dog, they're wearing Shocks, right?
So you went on a run with some shocks in?
So I went on a run with some Shocks in, and then I went on like just a little like,
It looks like you're wearing a hearing aid.
it is like
Like
that.
it's not in your ear. It's everywhere but your ear.
It's on top of
just
your ear.
ear adjacent.
And so I was running around and I was like trying to do a well, firstly I did a run and you have to put the volume up to like the max level to hear it.
Wait, where did you get them from? Did you buy them?
Yeah, Cindy has them.
How much are they?
They're like $180. They're like pretty expensive.
Does she think they're good?
She
She
likes
gets
them.
influenced by everything.
Yeah, she's a real consumer on TikTok. Like if she sees anyone talking about any product that looks interesting, she's like, well, let's just try it out ourselves.
Fair enough.
And so, Before our finances were merged, not a problem.
Yeah, good.
Go nuts.
Now the statements are looking.
Now the statements,
Massive problem.
huge problems, mate. Every day.
Give her trust money.
Honestly, that would be the dream. Sometimes I wake up and there's just every day there's a delivery driver coming to my house. I'm like, oh, what's this? She's like, oh, bought some scrubs for my friend. Oh, what's
That's
this?
fair. That's work related.
No.
That's a tax deduction.
Okay. Are we going to get into this again?
No.
Tax avoidance.
No. That's a
minimization, first of all.
Sorry, tax deduction.
But no, it's got these shocks. So I tested them out. They are garbage. Like from a sound quality perspective, they're
Do they
trash.
play sound or just vibrate your head?
They play sound. Like it's like
What?
the technology is pretty cool in the sense that it's on your head, but not in your ears, and yet you can hear it in your brain, right? But
If I stood
I'm
next to you
so
right
confused.
now
Yeah.
and you had them loud, could I hear it?
you can hear it, you slide them out. You can hear
So
a
it's a
little bit.
speaker.
No. It's not like you
It's a
can hear
vibrating
it.
speaker for your jaw.
Yeah, but you can hear it a little bit. It's not like you can't hear it at all, but you hear a bit of I don't know feedback
So if the technology is cool, why is it overrated then?
because it's just not useful. Like technology is cool, but it's not functional. Like you're running and you have to put the volume up to the max because you can't hear. I was taking a call with them. There's
Also,
just
you
too
get-
much leakage.
also-
Or while you were yelling at your Watso, bro. You had the shocks
I had the shocks.
So they got a
in.
microphone as well.
They don't.
Huh?
The benefit of them, like they don't. You obviously you can get the.
So how'd you take a call with it?
I don't know. My Mac was the microphone, and my headphones were the speakers.
Oh, I thought while you were running.
No.
Okay,
no.
gotcha.
No.
Okay.
So, but the whole
Are they comfortable?
they're comfortable. They're
So they
okay.
don't slip off or fall off?
No. But it's just that the quality's not there. And the benefit is that because they're not noise cancelling, you can kind of hear the environment around you.
There's also save your eardrums. Is that meant to be?
I'm sure that's a benefit. But in my opinion, shocks overrated.
All right, I've got an overrated. I think free food is overrated.
In what
All right,
world?
bear with me.
What
Bear with
world?
me.
All right, let them cook.
Lining up for free food is overrated. So I think we've all seen Messina Monday recently.
Oh, dude, the line was fucked on Monday.
There we go. So it's not really free, but
It
it's like
wasn't free.
heavily discounted. The
It's a good
second scoop
price.
is.
It's a very good price.
So I think 2 scoops is how much these days? $7-8, call it something like that.
Maybe.
You get 2 scoops for like 2005 prices. So $3.
$3. Yeah, it's insane.
So people are lining up at the wazoo for $3 for 2 scoops, which again, good deal. But am I an hour probably to line up for this ice cream?
That long of the lines?
The lines are long, because there's one at Martin Place
That's the one I saw.
where all the corporates need a break from their 9 to 5, so they go down there. But then I'm sure all Messinas have such a line.
They're packed.
And there's so many other places. Why I say free is like buy one, get one free, right? So Ippudo I think on Mondays they have a buy one, get one free ramen. Line out the wazoo, man. Because that one especially, they're not just scooping ice cream. You got to wait for people to eat. You got to wait for someone to cook.
Yeah, that's a long.
So that's a long wait. And then like, let's say a milk tea place opens up, buy one, get one free as well. You see in the city, lines at the wazoo as well.
Isn't this a recession indicator? Like if people are lining up and ravenous.
I think in
for
good times,
any
people are
kind of-
lining up for these things as well, man. Yes.
I think like
It's the idea of, I'm getting a strong discount.
yeah. I mean, I actually now that you frame it like that, I kind of agree with you because when I was in uni, I had nothing but time.
Yeah.
I would be happy.
Time was worth nothing.
I would be happy to line up 2 hours for some Ippudo. I would think that is an exciting adventure.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that's probably like, nightmare situation for me, lining up for 2 hours.
How valuable is your time is the question.
As in, I'm finding that I have less and less time. So
They're very valuable.
it is a little bit more valuable, I would say. So I kind of agree. If depends on what the free item is. Like,
How long would you be willing to line up for a free ramen? $15. Call it.
15, 20 minutes.
Maybe half an hour.
Half an
I'd
hour. I'll
give.
give you 30 of my best
I
minutes.
think you're waiting 30 minutes to get into the restaurant to pay full price.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
imagine
no,
a free is
I'm
like
not.
an hour and a half.
I'm not waiting an hour. You're mental.
Nowadays, like, I think,
Because I just get too hungry by then.
but it's not exciting. Like, I just don't think you care about $15. Like,
Yeah.
let's be real, right? If I was in uni, okay, let's go through the years of like how much money is worth to you. In high school, I'm sitting,
We would have waited days.
camped
For
outside.
small chips, bro.
Like a $5 was like anything more than, $10.
Out of my budget.
I'm probably really having to think whether I want it.
Yeah.
Then you go to uni and you start working at, your Athlete's Foots, your Vodafones, your big W's of the world.
Yeah, all of our jobs. Yeah, play on.
Right. And so you're earning a couple $100 a week. That way you're thinking, all right, a $15 ramen.
Beer money.
Yeah, beer money. But a $15 ramen is, I would wait, hours to save $15.
Probably.
Now you're in corporate, you're earning a bit more money.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not thinking for any purchases under like $30, I would say, these days.
Plus, you're working and all this. You don't have time. You're going to uni like twice a week.
Twice a week.
Probably working twice a week. You got 3-4 days spare. Now, man, limited time. Barely have time for this podcast, let alone 2 hours.
To wait for a $15 worth of value.
Exactly.
However, there would be things that I would be willing to wait still a long time for.
Well, yeah, a free car.
Like I remember Sneaker Laundry shout out. We're doing the club with pushers and they were giving out free sneakers.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't there, but mate, if I'm in line for potential free dunks, I'll have a look at that.
Yeah, I went a bit later in the day that day, so I missed all that. But there was still a line for free. I think they were giving free something. But man, I got ushered to the front.
Celebrity.
It's an electric feeling.
VIP access. All right. Yeah.
Nah, anyway, I still kind of disagree because I waited 10 minutes the other night for free El Jana. Sorry, no, $5 El Jana. So I don't know.
What did you get?
Did you feel a rush then?
I did. It was great. Because they gave freebies while you were in the line. So they came around, they gave free fried
free
chicken. No, they gave free fried chicken, they gave free baklava, and then you get your $5 quarter chicken meal.
These days, I think I'm more of an E-Club man. Shout out. Because that's no line and you get 30% for doing nothing.
You just mosey on in.
Yeah. So if you're in corporate and you don't want to wait for these lines, just hit up E-Club.
I probably wouldn't have done the El Jana, but it was literally like 4 minutes down the street from my office. So it would have been rude not to go to have a look.
It's disrespectful.
It would have been disrespectful.
I've got another overrated. My overrated is meeting celebrities, right?
I've always agreed with this. I've always said it's overrated.
When someone says, let's say, oh, I met a celebrity. By meet, they mean they probably saw them on the street, said hi, and the celebrity maybe said hi back. You know what I mean?
Or they took a photo with them.
Or they took a photo. Like, now that my frontal lobe is developing, I'm like, what is this? Like, it's like at a football game, for example, right? You go, you wait for them to come. Again, you say hi, they might say hi back. That's it.
Yeah.
But there are some people that do all sorts of things to get these opportunities. Not worth it. Not worth it based on all the hype that people give it.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's some people who, I told you the story.
If you properly meet them, have a chat, okay, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it. But when someone says they met ex-footballer, ex-actor, they really just said hi.
They just said hi. It is an overrated thing as well because that person doesn't care about you.
Exactly. Ask him what your name was tomorrow. Who are you?
Yeah, exactly. I have one overrated. I think I've talked about this before. Overrated live sports.
Nah.
Once again.
Strong disagree.
Depends on which sport, but hard disagree.
Almost all sports are better at home watching on TV.
Nah, disagree.
Disagree.
In the comfort of your own home, listening to the commentary with your friends, with your snacks at reasonable prices, with your food. Maybe you want some Thai food. Maybe you want some Chinese. Please.
Your gripe is the food price.
No, not necessarily. No, that's not even my gripe. The gripe is no comms. The gripe is like annoying seats that you have bustled in between people. The gripe is the stadium or like the field of play is so far away that you can't see anything really anyway. A lot of gripes.
Is there a live sport you care about?
Yeah, I care about, I mean, what I would prefer.
Like that you have emotional investment in?
Not really.
It's part of it, man.
Not really.
Because when you watch live, for example, let's say Liverpool, what's this capacity? 50,000, 60,000.
I feel 60.
You're there with 55,000 home fans wanting the same thing. So you feel the energy of the game.
It is electric.
Whereas you're at home watching with some schmucks maybe that don't care.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
They're probably chatting about some other shit.
Nah, dude.
Jog on.
I feel the energy through the screen as well.
And half the commentators are mugs anyways.
No.
I don't need to hear what they're saying.
I actually don't. I hate commentary now. Unless it's Peter Drury, I don't give a fuck about any other commentator. They're not saying, just for football. I do agree. Like NRL, for example, I would 100% say I would rather watch it at home. I hate watching NRL at the stadium.
Yeah, you do it often.
Yeah, because it's fun. But like as a viewing experience, it's much better doing from the comfort of your own home. But something like I found tennis really fun to watch in person. That being said, I'm not a huge tennis fan, and I don't watch it. I only really watch the Australian Open, but I found being there at the stadium a lot more enjoyable than watching it at home.
On the grounds, actually watching the tennis match.
Yeah. Because as someone who doesn't give a shit about tennis, but when you're there, it's hard not to get around it. But there's something like an F1, I agree with you.
F1 and stuff like that. Where
much better. Yeah, it's much better watching F1 from home. But the theater, the atmosphere, and like the carnival kind of atmosphere of the F1, the stuff that happens off the track is obviously pretty fun.
The other problem I have is like the when you're at the stadium, you don't get like the highlights packages.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like when you're at home, something happens, you don't get the different angles.
You get like the replays and stuff. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you don't really get that.
You're watching the game as it's meant to be, man.
Sometimes you do want to, because like when I went to Anfield, something happens. Like, oh shit, I want to see a replay.
Yeah,
there's no screen at Anfield.
I remember like, dude, you know what's funny is like, I remember watching a football match like at the ground, and I had like an actual soccer match. I was watching my brother's soccer match, and like you kind of just get conditioned almost to look for the replay. Like you know what I mean? Like something happens at your local ground, and you're just like looking around like, when am I going to re-see it? That being said, I really like watching amateur sports at the ground.
Nah, so you're out to lunch for that.
As in like your brothers play,
or like anyone. Like anyone that I know.
So if we went across the street right now, we watched some sport there, you'd sit there and watch it.
I find it quite, therapeutic, to be honest. Like actually near my house, my old house, there's like a cricket ground.
Yeah.
And like, Saturdays or Sundays, I just stroll past, sit down, mate, just watch the boys play.
It's a man with a lot of free time.
Yeah, you're telling me you don't like going to watch the cricket in person?
I prefer to watch it.
A day out at the cricket, like a test?
It's all right, but I prefer to watch it at home. I'd rather have a day out with the boys at a house than go out to like the SCG.
Wow.
But also watching in person, you get a gauge of the level, man. I think.
I don't even think you do.
I think you do.
You do,
yes,
man. You do. If you watch the game properly, because like again, watch our soccer game, we're like, what's going on here?
Caveman.
Boys can barely control the ball, let alone play the game.
Yeah.
But then you watch it and on TV, you're conditioned, this is how it's meant to look, right? As well as like you play FIFA or something, this is sort of the pattern. But you go in person, you see what you saw, you and your mates trying to do. You see that actually in person by professionals. I think it's worlds
surely
different.
when we were standing licking distance at the Sydney Derby, like you could see the levels were so different. Like just the first touches were immaculate. The passes went to where they wanted it to
and
go.
the pace of the game, mate. Sunday League, glacier pace. Whereas in like A-League, you see them running around, pinging it. You got no time, nothing.
Surely being that close, that was pretty sick.
The exception was when we were literally on the pitch.
Yeah.
Right? That's different.
That
We're
was
not
insane.
Okay, yeah. Obviously, I liked when we were on the pitch. Yeah, and I was dapping up that guy. What's his name?
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Akon,
yeah, shout out. And, talking to...
Thiago Quintal.
Yeah,
Grant.
and also Ryan Grant, and also what's the Japanese bloke's name? Waturo.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Okay, but you don't get those experiences every day. You're not on the ground.
The point I was trying to make is you can see the levels to the game. Like we barely play the same sport as these guys.
Because I think when you watch on TV, you're like, I could do this. Why has he not done this? But when you're in person, you start to realize, there's levels.
Okay, all right. I still
disagree, right? I strongly disagree.
Well, I disagree with your disagreement.
Well, disagree with that.
All right. My last one is both an underrated and overrated at the same time. NBN. Firstly, overrated. So
what is it? National Broadband Network.
I have such a gripe with the NBN because it turns out if you are eligible to get upgraded to fiber to the premise, so where they literally bring the fiber optic cable straight to your house.
FTTP, yep.
You can't actually unwind it back to like to the older technology. So I opted in to get upgraded. They came over and they're like, all right, the connection from the pit, the ground to your house is fine. The problem is the connection from the street to your pit is blocked. And I'm like, unblock it. Go on, lad. Why are you telling me? And he's like, oh, no, there's another specialist team that has to come do it. And I'm like, that's fine. Are they coming tomorrow? He's like, they're coming in a month's time. So like, all right, fine. That's a month away, whatever. I'm like, surely, there was already NBN here. You can just give me the old connection.
In the meantime,
because I need internet, obviously. And they're like, no. If you can get upgraded to the latest technology, we have to give you the newest one. We can't give you the old one. So I was like, So you're telling me I have no internet for a month? And he's like, that is exactly what I'm telling you. So then a month goes. I then call them up and they're like, they came. Apparently there's another issue. They're giving you a revised date of another month's time. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, the team came. They saw there was a block and then they went back. And I'm like, they already knew there was a block. That was the point of the other team coming, to unblock it. And he's like, no, they realized the block was a bit bigger than they thought. So they have to come back again.
Third team.
So then I got on the phone and I blew up at them for a good half an hour. And then they came and they finally fixed it rather than a month later. But this time it was, a couple of days after the original month. And so now I have NBN, fiber to the premise. And you know how you can do the internet speed tests? So before I was getting maybe 30, 40, 50 megabytes download.
Speeds Row dreams of.
Oh, mate.
Oh, yeah, bro. What were you getting at your place?
0.03 upload, but download.
Isn't there a thing that like third world countries have better internet than Australia?
No,
like,
they
I'm
do.
pretty sure Yemen has better internet than us.
I think they do. So you're sitting here 30, 40, 50.
And that was my old one.
And that's
Which is
serviceable.
still pretty good.
That's good.
Does the
That
job.
is- it does the job. This new one, 500. I don't even know what to do with this much bandwidth.
Is that wireless or wired?
That was wireless. Yeah, imagine if I had LAN, dude.
Damn, bro.
So that's wireless, 500 download, and like 90 upload.
Maybe I should give you the files to upload now, Seth.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy quick.
So on one hand, dude, NBN, by the way, you can't actually contact them directly. They have no number.
Is NBN a separate entity?
It's a separate entity. So they they own all the infrastructure. So all the wires and fiber optic and copper and whatnot, they own all that. They're responsible for all that. And then what they do is they just contract it out to different technicians to fix up the different problems. But the problem is they don't have a direct number you can call. So you have to call your internet service provider, who then jumps on a live chat with them. So while I'm talking to my internet service provider, I'm spraying them, who then conveys the spray over live chat to the NBN bloke.
Oh, what a system.
Dude, I was getting so angry at the NBN because they don't give you any updates. They don't message you. They don't call you. You just randomly find out via text, oh yeah, sorry, it's been delayed for another month. And then
You can't even get
once
back
you
to
get
them.
angry, you can't even spray them. It's actually a genius
They've
system.
protected themselves. It's lovely.
So I got angry and then I got internet and I'm like, you know what? It was worth it in the end.
Worth
This is electric.
What's your ping? Have you hopped on the sticks yet?
No, I haven't moved on the sticks yet.
It'll be electric.
That will be electric. So both overrated and underrated NBN. Alrighty, that brings us to the end of this week's episode. A lot of political chat this week. Let us know if you enjoyed that. We can go. We got many more levels to go. And you can hear our real thoughts on immigration, on defense,
On the lot.
on the lot. I don't know where to go with that. You can catch all our previous episodes on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Give us a follow on Instagram and TikTok, and we'll catch you next week.